I support and respect Greek life for its long tradition and values when it comes to social resources, but I also realize there are potential and urgent problems that need to be addressed accordingly and swiftly.
I believe Greek life provides a tremendous benefit to the UCSB community by enabling students to form lifelong friendships, give back to their communities, and raise money for a worthy cause.
Greek life creates a valuable community for the students involved in them. I do support continued AS funding for Greek organized philanthropy events because these charity events raise thousands, if not millions, to support various philanthropies for a year and help a lot of people.
Support of AS funding of Greek philanthropy events as long as we maintain scrutiny and accountability for Greek organizations while achieving the overarching goal of assisting our community here and abroad.
I'm for Greek life since I think it's a traditional part of college, and I support the funding of philanthropy events since the money is going towards a good cause and the events are open to all gauchos.
I support Greek life as it is a valuable community to our school, and since AS strives to enrich student life, I thereby support the continued AS funding for Greek organized philanthropy events.
Greek life fosters a sense of community and belonging, especially for students who are far from home for the first time. Most of AS funding for events goes to other organizations on campus, so I do support continued funding for Greek organized philanthropy events.
I support the Greek life community but recognize that it has its flaws. Philanthropy events bring the community together in support of something greater than ourselves, which is something that I support.
I support continued AS funding for Greek philanthropy events because I believe they do a lot to help different organizations. Since I'm not a part of Greek life, I can't speak for their internal structure, but I hope to address and improve the nature of Greek life.
I am for Greek life and I do support AS funding for Greek organized philanthropy events.
I believe that Greek life provides amazing opportunity through philanthropy and community. I also believe in the commitment towards maintaining accountability.
I certainly recognize the dangerous culture developed on some fraternity properties, but I do not demonize all of Greek life for the actions of some of its members, so I would continue funding the good that they do.
Greek life constitutes a large community on our campus, and as AS strives to uphold all communities, I support the continued AS funding of Greek organized philanthropy events.
As a member of Greek life, I see the benefits of AS funding for Greek philanthropies, but I would like to see more equitable distributions for all philanthropical events.
I support Greek life and I am for AS funding towards Greek life philanthropy events.
I'm indifferent towards Greek life. It can be a great asset and resource for many students, but it also comes with its problems. The number one priority of Greek life should be the safety of all students.
There are systemic problems with Greek life that absolutely need to be addressed, but there are also positives. And it's a tricky sitch because AS can't discriminate who gets funding based on the type of org they are. So unless we're going to overhaul our entire financial code, then I'm in favor of AS continuing to support philanthropy.
I support funding for philanthropy that benefits our community, but Greek life needs extreme reform that must be done in support of survivors of gender, race, and sexual violence.
Although Greek life does have a lot to offer, we should consider partially funding their philanthropy events in order to better accommodate for those communities who still need more support from the university.
As an off-campus senator, I would advocate for sexual assault prevention and education and create a sexual assault awareness week.
Continuing to hold institutions accountable for allowing or being indifferent to this behavior is crucial. We need to make sure the police and administration's response is fast and accurate. I would support the creation of an open online forum that allows sexual assault survivors to anonymously submit their demands to university administration in order to make our campus and IV safer.
The first step in showcasing support for survivors is by holding their perpetrators accountable for their actions. We need safe spaces and efficient resources for our survivors.
I'd use my position as an off-campus senator to show my support for sexual assault survivors by bringing awareness to existing resources such as CARE, CAPS, and the Santa Barbara Rape Crisis Center.
As a survivor of sexual assault, I will be sure to make the voices of my fellow survivors heard, and I will demand action from the university when these attacks occur.
First of all, maximize availability of care. Second, I would like to initiate an event like Relay for Life that raises awareness of sexual assault and brings supports together.
I will write legislation to support sexual assault survivors in any way they need.
I would partner with CARE to help facilitate a survivor-oriented program to support survivors, and also a preventative program against sexual assault that would be mandatory for each campus-affiliated organization to attend each year.
I want to increase the visibility of orgs like CARE and Students Against Sexual Assault, while also streamlining and refining the existing Title IX system we already have in place.
I would put all my energy into working with organizations that do so much, such as CARE, SASA, Cat Calls of Santa Barbara, and develop long-term support for future generations.
I would show my support for survivors of sexual assault by partnering with organizations like STESA, CARE, and Students Against Sexual Assault and promote their services.
Use my position as an off-campus senator in order to support survivors by centering their voices and always allowing them a seat at the table, whether it be a Senate or in committees.
I would take action to support survivors of sexual assault by consulting with organizations like STESA to bring more programs to UCSB that would aid survivors in their recovery.
As off-campus senator, I would show my support with survivors by actively listening to the voices that are traditionally silenced and efforts to accommodate for everyone's needs in their certain situations.
I would partner with Students Against Sexual Assault. I think we must continue to have zero tolerance for this behavior and increase accountability by being more transparent.
By implementing systems of structures that support survivors while also following a pathway towards restorative justice.
I would use my position as an off-campus senator to demonstrate support for sexual assault survivors by being an advocate for them and continuing to protest against rape culture in universities.
I'd use my position as your next off-campus senator to increase support for CARE program and work with Student Advocate General and Public Safety Commission to increase and ensure safety of students on and off campus.